Welcome back to A Life of a Woman. I am your host, Callie, and I'm your guide to navigating womanhood with more ease, flow, and alignment. And today we're diving into one of our very special times that we have in our lives, which is the menstrual phase of the menstrual cycle. So we're talking all about periods today. So if you find yourself feeling drained, irritable, or just out of sync during this time, like I hear you. And a lot of our period is actually determined by our lifestyle of the month before it, which is why cycle syncing is so important. So, in episode 2, I explain what cycle syncing is and how to actually live your life and, tailor your lifestyle to match the energy of your cycles so that when your period does come along, it's just, minimal PMS and you still have energy, and it's just a much easier thing to go through than so many stories I hear from women about, being knocked out for days at a time or cramps so painful that they need to take sick leave and things like that. So, yeah, we are all about making periods more easeful. But today's episode is for when you're really in the thick of your period. So, what if your period could feel more like a time of rest and renewal, instead of it just being something that you just go through or something that you dread or can't wait until it's finished, Let's actually live in it for the moment that it is, for the purpose that it is, for the time that it is, and not just wish it away. Like, let's actually use the blessings and the energies of this time. So, this is just a short little episode. I'm sharing 5 simple yet powerful ways to make your menstrual phase more easeful, so that you can actually work with your body rather than against it. And you're not dreading this time. This time is just part of the balance and the cycle that we all go through, and it has its own beauty to it. So, my tip number 1 is prioritizing deep rest. And this could definitely be all 5 tips. Prioritizing deep rest is so key. So, this is the time when your body is literally shedding and renewing itself. So, your energy is at its lowest, and that's okay. That's how it's meant to be. That's how our bodies are designed, and therefore that's really how our life should be designed. So instead of pushing through with those high energy tasks, just give yourself permission to slow down. Like anything that can wait this week, like wait, like make it wait until next week. Your period should only last 3 to 7 days. So things can wait. All right. Rest this time. This is your time for rest. So that might look like this week you might go to bed earlier or nap when you can. Like that is totally okay. And skipping a workout to nap during this time, again, totally okay. Because the more you rest this time, then the more energized you're going to be in the other phases of your cycle. So swap those high intensity workouts for a nap or some gentle yoga, gentle stretching, or just walking. Because if you are feeling particularly drained or cramping or pains and aches and things, like those really gentle movements can actually provide some pain relief as well. So, nap and gentle movement. And then, yeah, clear out any unnecessary commitments off your calendar, because you don't have to say yes to everything. And we're not designed to say yes to everything. And you need to think of this time as a time to recharge your internal battery rather than pushing through and depleting it further, because then you're just constantly pushing through. This is your time to slow down so that, as I said, the rest of your month, then you can get stuff done and be super productive. My tip number 2 for your period phase is nourishing your body with warming foods, particularly iron-rich foods. So we do need to focus on eating warming and hearty foods, particularly healthy fats and proteins. So, and iron-rich foods as well, because during your period, that is when you're naturally losing iron from the blood. And this can also contribute to fatigue or energy drain that you may be feeling. So, to support yourself, focus on warm, nutrient-dense foods, and that can include things like cooked leafy greens, so spinach and kale, lentils and chickpeas, root vegetables, so sweet potatoes, carrots, beetroots, and think of these like cooking these things as warm soups and stews. Like that is perfect and so easy. Chuck them in a slow cooker or a rice cooker, and then you barely have to even do anything to cook all these beautiful foods that your body is actually craving and needing so badly. It's like super easy cooking this week. So aligned by doing that this week. And don't forget about hydration as well. Your body is working hard, so go for herbal teas, especially ginger and chamomile can help. It's a bit of a, it's good for soothing the muscles, so that can help with some of the cramps. Yeah, super soothing to help any cramps that you may be experiencing. But if you are experiencing cramps, then and other pains, like yeah, that's take that as your body saying, let's actually like work on our cycle for the rest of our cycle, like work on your lifestyle for the rest of your cycle, not just when you're in the thick of it during a period. If you're experiencing a lot of those cramps and PMS symptoms, like that is your body saying things are a bit out of balance. We need to look at cycle syncing. We need to actually understand our body a bit more and work in alignment with it some more. All right, tip three, embrace the art of saying no. Just say no. This is the perfect time to practice setting boundaries. As I said before, just say no. Things can wait. Your menstrual phase is when you are naturally inward focused. So it's okay to be selfish during this time. So during this time, you will probably feel less social, less interested in pushing through productivity. So instead of forcing yourself just to go on, give yourself permission to say no to those things that don't feel aligned, things that are not going to give you energy. They're going to take your energy because your energy is limited. So it's just reschedule, coffee dates or put off intense projects and honor what you need first. So create space for yourself by saying no so that you can rest and you don't have any guilt around it, or any competing, tasks this week. Tip four is tuning into your intuition. So there's a reason that so many cultures see menstruation as a deeply intuitive time. So your mind is naturally more reflective, making it an ideal time for journaling, meditating, or simply sitting with your thoughts. As I said, this is a very inward focused time. So it's really your time to connect with yourself physically and emotionally. So ask yourself things like, what do I need to release physically, emotionally, or mentally? What is my body communicating to me? As I said, are you getting those periods? Are you getting pains? Are you overly tired? Like your body is telling you, is talking to you all day, every day. And we are just really crappy at hearing it and understanding what it's saying. We're so crappy at it. And that's what this podcast is all about, trying to listen to our bodies so that we're working in tune with them, in alignment with them. We're operating in the way that they're meant to be kind of used and worked with. And another question to ask yourself, what do I want to create space for in the coming month? All right, so you might be surprised at what comes up. And yeah, that's why slowing down and listening, you will probably hear things that you don't normally hear. And I've been doing a lot of dream journaling lately as well, and paying attention to your dreams, even because your subconscious and the universe are always telling us things through our dreams. So if you pay attention to your dreams this week when you're super intuitive, what are the lessons from there? What is your subconscious trying to tell you? What lessons do you need to hear? What messages do you need to hear? And then my last tip is very similar to the other ones, making this time about yourself. So listen to your body and emotions that come up during this time. Make your period feel special rather than inconvenient. So I know so many people do like a bit of a menstrual ritual to mark this time. So you could do something as simple as lighting a candle or using essential oils or, wearing comfy clothes that feel nourishing. So just make this time about you and what you want to do and what feels good for you. So this small shift from viewing your period as a time for self-care like rather than viewing your period as just something you have to deal with, it can make such a difference in how you experience it and just accepting that this is the slow, quiet time of the month for you. You can't always be switched on when we can't continuously be on the up and up and up. Life is about balance. We can't have really high energy times and then not expect to have quiet, restful, nourishing, nurturing, intuitive times. And that's exactly what this time is. It's not something to dread. It's just that we overbook ourselves in today's society. We're always feeling like we have to be switched on, seeing people, getting things done, being out and about, doing things. But no, 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 no. Don't do that. Stay at home, wear comfy clothes, eat warm food, have some, snuggles with the family on the couch. It's fine. It's great. And that's what your body needs. So there you have it. Really short, sweet podcast episode. 5 simple ways to create a more easeful and menstrual cycle. And I would love to know which one of these tips resonated with you most. Like, are you already doing some of these things? Are you not doing them, but you want to start? And just do at least one. There's no point listening to all these different, things that we hear in life, podcasts and things, and we're not actually actioning the lessons. So I really encourage you to action one of these lessons. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. Send me a DM on Instagram or share your experience in a review and tag me. And I would love to see how you are making your menstrual phase, your period, a more restful time for yourself and a more nourishing time for yourself. So if this episode spoke to you, please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future conversations about tuning into your body and living in sync with your natural rhythm. Because I am changing things up a little bit. I have been talking about menstrual cycles and cycle syncing for ever since the podcast started, the last 15 episodes. But there is more to my story and more to our story than just menstrual cycles and cycle syncing. So I'm really excited to bring a whole nother aspect and dynamic to this podcast. It's something else that is really in alignment with me and I think with a lot of us, but we've just closed ourselves off to it. And so I'm really all about I don't want to give too much away, but I'm very excited for the transformations that will come about from this podcast because we're all about connecting not just to yourself physically, which is what we've been touching on, but also emotionally and spiritually connecting to ourselves because the more we can understand ourselves and understand the natural cycles in our bodies and in life and in the universe, then the more we can manifest and transform like ourselves and our lives and just work in flow and such a beautiful space. So I'm so excited to be bringing that to you and new emails, a new style of emails. I'm actually starting kind of like my diary. I'm starting emails that are based on my diary. I'm giving you a sneak peek into my life and like my cycles and the lessons that I take from that and the tips. And yeah, then also this beautiful brand new expansive topic that we'll also be talking about on here. So yeah, just a lot of exciting new things coming to the podcast and to my emails and to my world. So excited for you to be here. So grateful for you to be here and really just always looking forward to seeing how you are transforming yourself and your life and manifesting what you really want from life and finding your authentic self. So until next time, take care and honor your flow.